Language. The name Esperanto sounds Spanish, but Esperanto has nothing to do with Spain. The vocabulary is taken mainly from Latin, French, and European languages. The grammar is not really similar to European languages. First, in Esperanto, it is easy to see whether words are nouns, adjectives, adverbs, or verbs. All nouns end with the letter O, all adjectives with the letter A, most adverbs with the letter E. Esperanto is formed with elements you can add together but that don't change. In English, for example, you have to buy, but in the past tense the radical changes completely to bought. Things like that don't happen in Esperanto. The numbers are formed in a very logical way, as in Chinese and Japanese. For example, what is 12? In English, it is not immediately obvious that it is 10 plus 2. In Chinese, to say 12, you say the number for 10 followed by the number for 2, as in Esperanto. What is 20? 2 tens. So in Esperanto, as in Chinese, we say 210. Some people claim that Japanese children are better at maths than English ones, and that the reason is that the words used for numbers are more logical in Japanese than in English. Esperanto is very good for poetry. Many people write poetry in Esperanto. One of them is William Auld, who lived in Scotland. William Auld died in 2006, and even the Sydney Morning Herald had an article about him, as he had been nominated several times for the Nobel Prize in Literature for his work in Esperanto. He was a translator too, and translated, among other things, The Lord of the Rings by Tolkien into Esperanto. A question often asked is how many people actually speak Esperanto. It is very hard to know a precise figure. One answer is up to 2 million in over 100 countries. But it is impossible to know precisely, as people can learn it on their own with the internet. There is an International Esperanto Association, but for financial reasons and other reasons, many Esperanto speakers don't belong to it. I must confess that even I am not a member of it. Who learns Esperanto? Very different people. Chinese factory workers, ordinary people who like to have friends all over the world, people who tried to learn foreign languages but realized that even after studying a long time they were still not fluent. Some study it out of linguistic curiosity. Many learn it to use for travel. So you really get a very big mix of people. The most famous Esperanto speaker in Sydney is Kep Enderby, who was Attorney General under Whitlam, then QC and Judge at the Supreme Court of New South Wales. From 1998 to 2001, Kep Enderby was the President of the World Esperanto Association. Esperanto is often referred to as an artificial language, and many people associate artificial with bad, not enabling one to express emotions or similar feelings. But if you look at Esperanto closely, you will find that is not the case. There are a few children who do have Esperanto as their mother tongue. That happens usually in couples that get to know each other at Esperanto conferences and have no other common language and therefore speak Esperanto at home. In fact, Esperanto is more natural than English. Children do tend naturally to generalize rules. Therefore, very young children say 1 mouse, 2 mouses. But in English, children are not allowed to speak in that natural way. In Esperanto, rules can be generalized. Here is an interesting quote. Esperanto is an artificial language like the motor car is an artificial horse. Obviously, artificial things are very useful. And in any case, all languages are man-made, just that some were created a long time ago.